a coach, consultant, agency owner, or online entrepreneur, today I'm going to be breaking down the only guide you'll ever need to go from 10K a month all the way to $100,000 per month. Now, to give you guys some context really quickly before diving in, I built Atlas Digital, my marketing agency, to $300,000 per month. I built Agency Lab, my agency for agencies, to $700,000 per month. And I've also partnered in other offers where I own at least 25% that we got to $100,000 per month cash collected within 90 days of launching. We've done that 2 times. And one of those offers has actually scaled to over $700,000 per month. It's done over $300,000 in a matter of a week. And we've been able to do over $1 million a month cash collected, not revenue sold, cash collected between my offers. And we've done in total over $30 million in sales online. But most importantly, not only have I been able to use these strategies on my own businesses, I've also been able to help 115 online entrepreneurs, 115, which is pretty insane, get to $100,000 per month. We even have multiple clients at $500K a month and at $1 million per month. And as you can see here, this is our Stripe for Agency Lab, one of our companies. As you could see, $22 million just in Stripe. We also have PayPal, wires, crypto, so on and so forth. And like I said above, our other offers. As you can see here, we've got all of my clients that have hit 100K a month. And actually, not all of them. This is just the people that came to our live events and received their award in person. So as you can see here, there's quite a bit. And it goes back, man, to like 4 or 5 years ago. This picture was taken a long time ago, back when I was wearing button downs. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So last but not least, before we dive in, if you want my team to set your appointments, close your deals, and get you to 10 clients completely guaranteed and completely done for you, click on this link right here, schedule a call to speak with my team. Or if you want to work with me directly one-on-one to help you scale to $100,000 a month, $500,000 a month, or even $1 million per month, click here, grab a time to speak with my team, and they could break down exactly how it all works. That being said, let's dive in. Pillar number 1 to scaling from 10K a month to 100K a month. You have to understand the 4 quadrants of evolving into a 7-figure entrepreneur. So most people start out as an employee. They're solo team. It's just them. They're always in the business. They're focused on the wrong tasks. They're not focused on revenue. They have a ton of shiny objects. Their mindset sucks. They lack skills and experience. And they're stuck between 0 to 10K a month. This is everyone that ever started their business right at the beginning of their entrepreneurial journey. Most people start right here. Then they evolve into what I like to call the 6-figure employee, where they are still in the business, but now they're focused on the right tasks. They've learned some skills like sales, marketing. They're focused on revenue generating activities. They've started to build out some systems. They have a way to get their clients results. They haven't been able to scale it though. So they've gotten to the point where they figured some things out. They know how to close clients. They know how to get them results, but they haven't figured out how to scale it. And therefore, they're still an employee. They're still an employee within their own business. And at this point, most people start to hire a little bit. So they maybe hire 1 to 3 employees. Most people start with VAs, and they're able to get to 10 to 30K a month. At that point, you need to evolve into what I like to call the CEO, where you're an actual CEO of a company. Most CEOs aren't doing sales. Most CEOs in companies aren't the ones buying the ads. They aren't the ones talking to the clients. And maybe they are in some scenarios, but most of the time they're focused on being the leader of the company. So this is where you go from the person doing the things to the person managing the team doing the things. So you go from doing sales calls to managing the team that does sales calls. You go from doing account management to managing the team of account managers that talk to the clients. At this point, you're still in the day-to-day, but you're focused on managing your team that then goes and does the work as opposed to doing the work yourself. Most people at this point are focused both in and on the business, so they've been able to transition to higher leverage tasks. And they're focused on building the product, on generating acquisition opportunities through marketing. They are, and that was a big word. I don't know why I said that fancy, all those fancy buzzwords back to back to back. What I'm trying to say is that they're focused on big picture marketing, like creating content, building strategic partnerships, so on and so forth. They're focused on building out the sales team. And at this point, they get to about 6 to 15 employees. They start to build scalable systems, SOPs. They automate the service delivery. We're going to talk about all that later on in this guide. And at this point, they also have a proven offer that can scale. It's productized. It's the same for every single person. Once you transition to the CEO, you can get to 100K a month. So most people never get to the CEO level. They're too stuck in their business. They're not willing to delegate. They're not willing to become the person managing the doers. And therefore, they never have the bandwidth to scale because they're just doing too much. They don't have enough time and space in their business to scale. And then the last quadrant, you become the chairman. So you go from managing to leading. First, you're doing stuff. Then you're managing the people doing stuff. Then you're leading the managers who are managing the people doing stuff. And at this point, your primary focus is to become a great people picker. You want to choose really talented people to manage the sales team, to manage the fulfillment team, to manage the account management team. And at this point, you start to focus on innovation, on big picture strategy, on culture, on the 80-20 of the business. You start to play chess, not checkers, because again, you're not managing the account managers asking about, hey, did you check in with this client? Did this client get back to you? And you're also not doing account management at that even lower level. At this point, you're thinking to yourself, what is the biggest bottleneck for all of our clients that if I solve this problem, it'll make all of account management easier? Or what software can I implement that will make all of the account management process easier? And that's chess. It's not checkers. So at this point, most people scale to about 15 to 50 employees. You're checking in on the company. You're not doing day-to-day stuff. And the goal at this level is to find about 3 people at your level that are thinkers, not doers, thinkers. They can think through problems and you can delegate outcomes to. So instead of saying, hey, go do this task, I'm going to delegate this task to you. You say, hey, I'm going to delegate this outcome. You say to your VP of sales, hey, I need you to figure out how to increase the ascension into our backend program by 20%. They're going to figure out all the tasks necessary to make that happen. I'll give you guys a real example. I just talked to our VP of sales yesterday, and I said, hey, I need you to come up with a plan to increase the number of appointments that we get through outbound dialing. I didn't say, do this task, implement this, implement that. I just said, hey, here's an outcome that I need. You figure it out. And today he sent me a whole plan of all the things he's going to do to achieve that outcome. So you want to find 3 really talented A-level players at this level to help you scale. And this gets you past 100K a month. And I know that today we're just talking about how to go from 10K to 100K a month, but I still wanted to paint the picture of how do you scale even beyond that. And I think if you understand this quadrant, you understand who you need to become to get to the next level. I would say most people that are stuck between 0 to 10K a month are here. Most people stuck between 10 to 30K a month are here. And you need to become this person to get to 100K a month. So again, most people are stuck in the entrepreneurial employee realm where they are doing everything, and you need to become the CEO where you're leading the doers. You're coaching your team. You need to learn to delegate. You need to learn to let go. Most people that never get to 7 figures, they're always thinking, I can do this better than everyone. No shit. You're the founder. Of course you're better at sales. That's called founder-led sales. You care a lot more. You've got your future, your business on the line. You have to learn to be okay with things breaking. You have to learn to be okay with things not being at 100%. You have to be okay with finding closers or team members that are going to do it at 90%, 80%, good enough, not perfect. The mentality here is you need to be willing to take 1 step back to take 3 steps forward. Cool. Number 2, paid ads. You need scalable acquisition. 90% of our clients, so out of the 115 clients that I mentioned earlier, about 90% their number one way to get appointments was through paid ads. So you have to ask yourself, how can I close one client per day? Or you need to ask yourself, I need about 25 appointments per week, 100 per month. How am I going to do that? What is the easiest way to get 100 appointments per month? And for most people, for most entrepreneurs, it's paid ads, because you could just spend more and get more appointments. Can you get to this level of appointments through outbound, through cold email, through other channels, through content? Yes, you can. And yes, it has been done. But for most people, the easiest way to get this many appointments that allow you to scale to 7 figures is through paid ads. Now, the key to paid ads is a great offer, great creative, and great copy in that chronological order. Here's an example of one of our clients' ads that got him to 100K a month. So before running ads, he was stuck at about 30K a month. We helped him build out this offer, this campaign, and it got him to 100K a month. And he also implemented everything that I'm about to share with you guys in this video. Now, I want to give you guys a really important note. A great offer does not just mean a bigger guarantee. This is one of the biggest misconceptions in the online entrepreneur space. A lot of the times, new is better than better. So if you can figure out a new offer that doesn't have a crazy guarantee, that is going to be better than just being better. For example, I just saw an ad the other day for a dental agency offering dental emergency patients. And all they were doing is they were guaranteeing leads, not even guaranteed patients. But it was dental emergency patients. That's a unique angle, and it's a new angle, and that's going to outperform just a better guarantee on regular patients. 30 dental emergency patient leads is better than 20 Invisalign patients guaranteed, because dentists have been hit with Invisalign patient ads for years. He was the first person to say, hey, dental emergency. I'll give you guys another example. There's a guy that I helped hit 100K a month. He had a chiro agency. His name's Tom. Then he pivoted to selling medical devices to chiropractors. So instead of selling ads, he sold medical devices that allowed the chiropractor to sell a service for a much higher price. Instead of selling adjustments, they're selling access to a very fancy advanced machine that costs $5,000 per patient. So, and what I mean by that is they could sell the service for $5,000 to each new patient, as opposed to selling an adjustment for $150. Now, he ran ads to chiropractors being like, hey, do you want me to come in, implement this medical device that will allow you to sell your services for $5,000 instead of $150 per patient? He didn't have any crazy guarantee. And what's funny is he's still running ads, no guarantee. It's just, hey, do you want to be able to sell something for way higher ticket to your patients and make way more from your patients without having to adjust people all day, that you can then delegate to an assistant? You don't even need a certified chiropractor doing the service. Of course, people want that. Why? Because it's new. You have to ask yourself, not just how do I make a crazier guarantee? You have to ask yourself, what do my clients want that no one else is offering? Now, as far as the funnel, it's very simple. Here's an example of a funnel, again, for one of our clients. Here's another one. Literally, that's the entire funnel. It's very, very, very simple. Here's how it works. You have the offer. You have easy call to action, like a button. You have 5 bullets, or here are 3 main bullets of your offer, how it works. If you want, you can have a 5-minute VSL video, just like this, for extra qualification. That's optional. If you do have a 5-minute video, you're going to break down very, again, you don't want to go into a crazy 30-minute VSL. You just want to keep it short and sweet. Who you are, why you're different, how your offer works. That's pretty much it. But now, instead of having it on a funnel, you have it said in a video. Now, if you want to learn how to run B2B ads, I told you guys in this guide, I'm going to give away everything. So this video right here on YouTube shows you how to do B2B ads for Facebook and Instagram. This video right here shows you how to do B2B ads for TikTok. And if you opt in right here, you get my top 10 courses that I've ever made for free, which include a TikTok ads course that breaks down B2B in way more detail and a YouTube ads course that breaks down B2B in a lot more detail. All right. With that in mind, I do want to break down something really, really important. I want to talk about guarantees and crazy offers. There's a lot of drama on the internet about, do you have a guarantee? Do you not have a guarantee? After $100 million offers came out, everyone started having these crazy, crazy offers. Again, keep in mind, new is better than better. You don't always need to just have a crazier guarantee than what's out there. A more powerful strategy would be like, hey, what is something new that isn't out there? For example, if you're working with realtors, everyone's selling Facebook ads. But what if you partner up with a PR agency and you say, hey, realtors, we will make you a local celebrity. We'll get you featured on Forbes, Inc., Entrepreneur, on local TV, everywhere. Realtors are going to be like, holy shit, that's new. I've never heard of that. Let me sign up for that. And you could charge way more because no one else is doing it. So, again, guarantees, offers are great. I do believe in them, but it's not so fucking black or white. People like to say yes or no, black or white. Do guarantees, don't do guarantees. Some people are right now hopping on the anti-guarantee train or the anti-offer train, but some of the biggest companies of all time have been built on offers. So I'm not against it. It just, again, has to have context. You need to ask yourself, what niche am I in? How much experience do I have? Do I have a lot of social proof, or am I starting out from scratch? Is this an offer that's been done in this industry or not? How saturated is my niche? You have to ask yourself all of these questions. I don't recommend just creating crazier and crazier guarantees. What I would more so invite you guys to do is to ask yourself, what's something new that no one in my space is doing, and offer that. But again, I do see a time and place for them. It's not so black or white. There is context. When I was starting out as an agency owner and I didn't have social proof, I would do 30-day money back satisfaction guarantees. Why wouldn't I do that? I started a company last year, one of the offers that actually scaled to 100K a month in 90 days. And we did performance-based offers for the first 3 months, where we would actually say, hey, let us get you results, then you pay us. Pay after you get results. And by the way, there wasn't a bait and switch. We literally took a $1,000 good faith deposit that applied towards our fee after we got them results. Then we would actually go out, get them results, and then we would send them an invoice for the rest of our fee, minus the $1,000 good faith deposit. And if we didn't get them results, we would refund the $1,000 good faith deposit. So there is a time and place. The reason we did that is because we didn't have social proof, we didn't have a track record, and we wanted to build momentum quickly. We wanted to make it easy for people to say yes. So based on how much social proof you have, how saturated your niche is, how unique your offer is going to determine how crazy your guarantee or offer will have to be. Cool. Now, again, if you want my team to create your offer, create your funnel, set up all of your high-level automations, and build out your ads, write all of your copy, and run them completely done for you, you can schedule a call with my team and get more info there. That's a shameless plug, middle of this video for you guys. But let's keep going. Number 3, brand. So at this point, if you're at 10K a month, you want to scale to 100K a month, you need to start thinking about building a brand, and you need to get testimonials at all costs. I don't care if you have to offer freebies to your clients, get them a bottle of wine, give them a $100 discount the following month, give them a $300 discount. I would do whatever it takes to get testimonials outside of just straight up paying for them. Anything else is fair game. And this right here is our entire testimonial SOP to go out and collect testimonials. One little hack for you guys. The best time to get testimonials from clients is not when you've gotten them crazy results, but when they are the most excited and have gotten some results. So I'd rather ask someone for a testimonial when they're excited after a win that they got, as opposed to after helping them achieve all these things over 2 or 3 years, because by then the excitement will have died out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to upload the testimonial video to YouTube, to your website, to your pre-call page, to your Facebook page, to your LinkedIn page, to your Instagram page, everywhere. And this is going to help you increase conversions as you continue to scale your business. You're automating the nurturing process. What I also want you to do is start a podcast. And it's only going to require 1 hour a week. You're going to invite authorities in your niche. You're going to invite potential strategic partners in your niche. You're going to invite your best clients. And if you don't know what it should look like or what the process should be, go on YouTube and look up the My First Million podcast. They do an excellent job. They literally set up a camera in their office, just like this. And they record a podcast. They invite guests on Zoom. You don't have to fly out. You don't have to go anywhere. And it works really well. And then what you're going to do is you're going to upload that to YouTube. You're going to take clips of that and upload it as short form on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, so on and so forth. And now you have a brand. Anytime that anyone looks you up, your business has a specific podcast. And you can then take those podcast episodes, send them out via email to everyone on your list. And it helps nurture them and getting them to buy. So the reason we build a brand, it's really just nurturing to get prospects to buy. That's really what we're doing here. All right, let's keep going. This right here is a free training from a talk that I gave in Orlando, and it breaks down my entire strategy to launch a podcast, to redistribute it everywhere, and implement this strategy. So if you're like, Joel, this is interesting, but I need more info, this breaks it down in way more detail. And it really shows you how to build a year's worth of profitable content in 30 days. Okay, number 4, you need what I like to call a marketing ecosystem. Most people at this point spend money on ads, and then they're like, oh my God, why am I not at 100K a month? But you have to realize that with ads, it's not 1 + 1 = 2. It's more like 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 = 10. So this first one is paid ads. The second one is appointment setters. This third one is emails, and this fourth one is texting. Most people think I'm going to put $1 in, paid ads plus me closing equals 10. I'm going to get 10 out. It's not how it works. This is not how it works. It's more so like we're going to run ads, which will allow us to get a shit ton of phone numbers for our setters to dial. And it'll also allow us to get a shit ton of numbers for us to do a text reactivation campaign to once a month, which will also help us build an email list, which then we can email every day to get them to buy. And over time, they're on our email list. They start to see our podcast. Every time we get a testimonial, we email it out. We upload it on YouTube. We send them the YouTube video to our email list. They're like, oh my God, I finally watched this YouTube video. Now I'm going to buy. I'm convinced. This is the marketing ecosystem. Paid ads, it's just your traffic. It's eyeballs. This is getting people to know about who you are right here. And some people are going to buy right on the spot. But that's the minority. Most people are going to be in that ecosystem. You've spent money, you've gotten them into your ecosystem, but then most people don't do anything with it. And if they don't buy right on the spot, they forget about them. By building our brand and by building this marketing ecosystem of setters, emails, and texting, which I'll break down in just a second, we can get all of the people that came into your ecosystem, into your world, that found out about your product or service are going to eventually buy. Now, maybe not everyone, but a lot more. So you want to implement appointment setters. Now, appointment setters do need to be, they can't be virtual assistants. They need to be fluent in the language that they are, conducting the sales calls in. So if you're doing them in English, they need to be English as a first language. English is a first language. If you're doing them in Spanish, Spanish is a first language. So I did want to throw that in there. You're going to get them to outbound dial phone numbers in your database. So let's say you're running paid ads, and over time you get, I was talking to someone yesterday, and they have 20,000 phone numbers in their database. You're going to get them to rip $200 per day minimum, if not more. You're also going to outbound dial no-shows. Okay, so anyone that doesn't show up, they're going to get a dial. This is going to increase your show up rate, and it's also going to allow you to book more appointments from the leads you already paid for through paid ads that maybe didn't buy right away, or booked but no showed or rescheduled or whatever. They're in your database, you call them, you get them back in. So this should account for a lot more appointments. And by the way, let's say you spend $100 on an appointment and you don't close it. Boom, that's done. Whereas now you spend $100 on an appointment, but you get 5 phone numbers, or let's say 4 phone numbers, 25 a pop, 4 emails, 25 a pop. And now you get an extra booked call from those 4 emails, from those 4 phone numbers. Now, instead of paying $100 per book call, you're paying $50 per book call. You cut your cost per book call in half by having this ecosystem. All right. With that in mind, if you're like, Joel, what do I say? Follow the script for outbound leads that didn't book. And if you're like, I don't know how to do a actual intro call, watch this video right here and skip to 6 hours, 27 minutes mark. I literally break down how to do an outbound call. All right, let's keep going. You're going to set up a daily email. The daily email is going to have social proof and nurturing content. So remember, we talked about creating content, building your brand through podcast testimonials. Every time you get a new podcast episode, a new testimonial video that you upload on YouTube, you're going to email it to your list, which again are people who you got from paid ads. And now maybe they didn't buy right out of the gate, or maybe they had a demo call they didn't buy, but they got your email, and now they're going to convert because maybe they got a testimonial video that resonated with them, or they listened to one of your podcasts and it handled an objection that they've had over time. And now after watching this video, they're finally decided, I'm going to sign up. And you're also going to send out social proof. So any quick win, testimonial, screenshot that you get from a client, create an email, blast it out. This right here has a ton of templates that you can follow and literally take the structure and rewrite it for your niche, for your offer. And if you're like, Joel, I don't know what emails to write after that, literally sign up to my email list, get my emails. I send one out every single day, sometimes even 2, and just take the structure of those emails and rewrite them for your offer, for your niche. Obviously, don't rip my social proof, but what I mean by ripping the structure is the skeleton. So take the skeleton of the emails and rewrite them. And then last but not least, the third piece, you want to do a monthly text reactivation to your whole list. So now we're dialing them every day with the setters. We're sending them a daily email, and text is a little more aggressive, so we limit it to 1 per month. If you're feeling super aggressive, you could do 1 to 2 per month. But I wouldn't do more than 2 text reactivation campaigns per month. And at the end of the month, what we do is we send out a text blast, and we do an end of the month offer. So this is a proven campaign that has generated thousands of appointments for myself and for my clients. And you could take it and just modify it for any holiday. So for example, right now we are in April, spring. So you could say, hey, first name, I'm testing something brand new for springtime or right before summer. And I thought of you. To keep it exclusive, we're going to be rolling this out to the next 10 realtors or agency owners or whatever that reply back. If you want info, just let me know in the next 24 hours, no pressure either way. The next 24 hours, you're going to send the next one. Hey, first name, there's only 2 hours left for our spring special or springtime offer or before summer offer. So just wanted to check in. If you want more info, just reply back and I'm happy to send it your way. You don't want to reveal the offer. The next Monday, so like 72 hours later, we're going to say, amazing news. We decided to extend our program. We're testing through Monday. You don't have to say Cyber Monday. As I mentioned above, to keep it exclusive, we're going to be rolling this out to the next 10 med spas, realtors, coaches, whatever that reply back. We're closing it down for good, though, after Monday. Do you want more info? Then you send out one last text. And by the way, if you're doing this every single month, I wouldn't be so aggressive with the sequence. I would just do 2. Offer and then check in. If you do this every single month to all of the phone numbers in your database and you email them every single day and you're outbound dialing, your cost per book call is going to go down because out of, let's say, 100 appointments that you booked from ads, you'll be able to book an extra 30 to 40 from all these methods. And now your cost per book call will drop by 30 to 40%. I think that math makes sense. I have literally not taken a second to breathe this whole video. So I'm going to take a second and then we'll be right back. Guys, got some water? All right, we'll keep going. So number 5, we have to automate service delivery. If you are involved every single time you get a new client, you are not going to scale. Let me say that one more time. If you are involved and have to put in work yourself every time you get a new client, you're not going to scale. Remember, we have to transition to the third quadrant. If you are part of the process to get your clients the product or service and it requires your time, you're going to cap out. So you need to automate service delivery through 2 things: systems and people. Systems and people. Systems and people. Drill that into your mind. So you have to ask yourself, does every client have 80% the same product or service? I don't mind if the product or service gets tweaked a little bit per client, but it should be 80% or more the same, ideally 90% the same. If every time you get a client, it's a different process, different service, it's going to be much harder to scale. I'm not saying it's not possible. Definitely can scale more customized offers, but you're going to need to charge way more and hire way better people that are thinkers, not just doers. That being said, for most people to get to 7 figures, you need to be asking yourself, is my product or service 80% the same or more for all of my clients? And have I set up my business in a way where I am not the bottleneck in the service delivery? So you need to automate your onboarding. Here's a video that breaks that down. You need to automate your launch calls and check-in calls. I dropped my launch call presentation there. I'll also drop my check-in call scripts there later on after this video. Forgot to add them. You need to follow what I like to call the assembly line model, which I break down in this entire masterclass, where I break down my entire agency A to Z. You also need to build out all of your systems and SOPs, which I break down how to do here. Again, these are all like 1 to 2 hour lessons, so I can't do this on this video right now, but I am giving away everything so you have access to those master classes that break down how to do that. And then last but not least, you need to hire and build your 7-figure team. So who is going to be needed to automate service delivery? Build your business with those people. Okay. If in order to get a client live, you need to hop on a check-in call or a launch call, or someone needs to meet with them, again, it can't be you. So who are you going to hire? Someone needs to do it. You don't need to talk to anyone, but you need to have a lot of automations in place, and you need to get access to their ad account or their books, if you're a bookkeeper, whatever the case might be. What systems and automations and SOPs do you need to build in order to get access to those things without you hopping on a call and getting access to those things with your client? So if your service delivery is not automated and you can't handle 30 new clients a month, you're not going to scale to 7 figures. Another way to ask yourself is, can I handle 30 new clients this month? And you might not even need to get 30 new clients to get to 100K a month. However, you should be able to handle 30 new clients if you got 30 clients. Most people can't. All right, number 6, you need to learn to sell high ticket. And the reason why is because the math needs to work to get to 100K a month. Now, you don't always need to sell 5K or more. When I built my first agency, we charged $1,500 to $2,500 a month per client. So it wasn't 5K or more. However, it took us 2 years to get to 100K a month. Whereas in my new offers, we have an offer that is at least $5,000 or more, and we were able to get to 100K a month way faster. So you don't need it. That being said, it's going to happen way faster if you do have a higher ticket offer. If you run an agency and you're like, Joel, but my service is too expensive to sell at 5K, what you could do is sell a $5,000 90-day package. If you're a coach or a consultant, I would set up your offer in a way that it's worth $5,000. Maybe you have a 12-week coaching program or a 16-week coaching program for $5,000. If you can't figure out how to charge 5K and you're like, Joel, even if I extend out the service to 12 months, it's still not worth 5K, you're going to have to change the offer to add more value so that it is worth $5,000. And if it's, for example, I actually have a company where right now we're trying to raise the price from $7,500 to $12K. And I hopped on a call with my business partner and I asked him, what would we have to add to the value stack to what they get in order for people to dish out 12K and willingly do so because they see the value? And we restructured the offer. We added a few more things. I connected my business partner to someone that I know that's going to help us as a strategic partner and add their service to our offer. So now our service plus their service plus something else that we're adding in, boom, it's worth 12K. So if you're like, Joel, I don't know how to charge 5K. Maybe you haven't earned the right to scale to 100K a month yet. That's number one, if you haven't figured out how to add enough value. Or number two, let's say you have a great product or service, but it's still not stacked enough to be 5K. You have to ask yourself, what can I add so that it is worth 5K? And sometimes it's just more time. So same service for longer and sell it as a package, or just more things to it, solve more problems through your offer. And ideally, you can actually get it to 10K. And here's why. 10 closes at 10K is easier than 100 closes at 1K. One of the agencies in our program that we helped scale to 100K a month in record time, they did it in 30 days. Now, keep in mind, they were already 7-figure entrepreneurs. They had other successful businesses, so they knew a lot of these things. But one of the reasons why they were able to scale so fast is because they priced their offer at 10K for 90 days. So it was $3,333 a month for 3 months, but they charged it up front for 90 days. And now they only had to close 10 people. They literally had to close one person every 3 days, which is way easier than closing 3.3 people every single day of the month. So they only needed 10 closes, which is like 2.5 a week. The math is easier. Remember, the math needs to work. Another way to look at it is, let's say that your lifetime value on $1,500 a month is normally 10K. Ideally, you can collect that LTV up front, because if you do, let's say you collect that lifetime value up front, now you have more capital that you could leverage to acquire clients. Now you have more capital in your pocket that you could leverage to build out your team, to reinvest back into the product, to pay your sales team a really solid commission. So now you can attract better salespeople, to spend more money on ads, which will get you more leads. All of these things. If you can make the math make sense, it makes it easier for you to scale. You have more financial space to scale. So try to come up with an offer that's 5K or more. Number 7, you need to hire a sales team. So just like 90% of our clients who scaled to 100K a month ran paid ads, about 90% of our clients who scaled to 100K a month had a sales team. And any time where they didn't scale to 100K a month with a sales team, it's because they were really, really, really good at closing themselves. And it was the last thing that they wanted to delegate. But that's rare. Most of our clients who scaled to 100K a month did it with a sales team. So for example, remember that client I was just telling you about that scaled to 100K a month in 30 days? Not only did they only have to close 10 people at 10K, they also had a team of setters and closers ready to go, which allowed them to scale way faster. So one of the big reasons why this is important is because it forces you to focus on sales all the time. This is a big mistake at the 6-figure level. Most people, when starting out, they focus on sales, then they get clients, now they focus on product. Now they're focusing on product, they completely shut off sales. in a perfect world, you're working on product and your client results, and you're working on acquisition, getting clients, sales, marketing all the time. When you go to the Apple store because your MacBook is broken, they're still selling people. They still have people buying shit while they're also fixing your computer. And they also have someone in California at the Apple headquarters designing the new iPhone. And they also have an advertising agency coming up with their new marketing campaign, all happening at the same time. It's not one or the other. By hiring a setter and closer, it forces you into focusing on sales all the time. Now, for commissions, I like to think about it like this. How can I give my sales people about $500 to $1,000 per client closed? So, for closers, I normally like to pay 10% if my offer is $5,000 or more. If not, I'll restructure it so that they can make, on average, $500 to $1,000 per client close. So, for example, let's say that I actually only charge $2,500 a month. Maybe I'll actually give them $500 up front on the first month, and that's it, even though that's actually way more than 10%. So I want my closers to make about $500 to $1,000 per client. For my setters, I like to pay them a $1,500 base and 2.5% per close. Now, again, this is going to depend. The commission is not black or white. Just like guarantees and irresistible offers, it's not black or white. It depends on a lot of factors. How much you pay in commissions to your closings or to your closers, can't speak English, to your closers and to your setters depends on how many appointments you have. Do you have a proven offer? How expensive is your offer? All of the above. And here's what I will say. I do believe that you should hire closers once you have experienced some sales calls. You don't need to be a world record closer. You don't have to be the best closer of all time, but you should at least go through your sales process for your own business a few times before you hire a closer. Now, if you're like, Joel, how do I hire closers? We hire closers through LinkedIn ads, Indeed ads. We also run hiring ads on Facebook and Instagram. I'm giving you guys the ad right here that we use to hire closers and the actual type form that we make them fill out. Other ways to hire closers is through tapping into your network or through recruiters. That being said, one more shameless plug, and I swear I will be done for the rest of this video. If you want my team to hire and train your closers completely done for you and place them in your business, click here, book a call with my team, and we'll completely take this off of your plate and get you really high quality sales professionals. All right, number 8, focus on product, and product. To get to 100K a month, you also need, I'll say this, to get to 100K a month and stay there, your client need to be getting excellent results. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be messy. Getting to 100K a month is going to be chaotic, even if you have an excellent product. So I'm not saying get to 100K a month with zero issues. Of course, it's always going to be messy, just like life. There's always going to be something, even if life is going really well. And with that in mind, you want to focus a lot on product. I want you to dig deep and learn from your client's negative experience. If your client is having a bad experience, your business is speaking to you and asking you to patch some holes. So listen to your business and take action. If the client is pissed, don't run away. Lean in, figure out why, and then implement solutions to solve that. You need to figure out what is the biggest bottleneck in your client's results. Are they not running a proven offer? So you need to set better expectations. Are they not spending enough? So you need to get them to increase their budget. Is your team dropping the ball and you need to have a conversation with your account managers and train them better? Is the reason why they're dropping the ball because you haven't trained them? So now you need to actually dedicate a ton of your time to training them? You need to ask yourself, why are my clients not getting results? Why are these issues happening? And then you need to figure that out and implement solutions to solve that problem. Next up, you need to build relationships with your clients. One of my favorite frameworks is the key to retention is relationship plus results. It's not just results. It's not just having a crazy product that works. It's also having a really good relationship. So call your fucking clients. Pick up the phone and call them. Step in way more proactively. They're going to respect you way more if you lean in and over communicate. Whenever a client is upset, you should have reached out proactively before you even found out that they were upset. And if they are upset, don't try to fix it over a Slack or text or email. Literally make that your cue to call them. Build the relationship. Invest into the relationship. Get gifts for your clients. Check in with them. Communicate with them. Care about them. Care about them. It's like your best friend in the whole world. You didn't become best friends in isolation. You spent time together. You invested energy into building the relationship. You communicated with them a lot, and you slowly built that relationship. Same thing with your clients. And the easiest way to do that is to pick up the phone and start dialing. You can also get a strategic power partner who can hop on calls with clients when they are struggling. This will help you big time because they are listening to a peer. So if you can't get this, the question is, do you have any clients that are crushing it? If you're like, Joel, I don't know how to get a strategic power partner who's in the niche. So for example, let's say you work with doctors. Instead of you hopping on and helping them, find another doctor who's just a strategic power partner who can come in as a coach and help your clients. This helps big time again because they're listening to someone on their level. In a perfect world, you actually have clients that are crushing it, and you can ask them to help clients that are struggling. This is one of the biggest hacks. Take clients that are crushing it, ask them to help clients that are struggling. Also, set better expectations, both on the sales call and on the launch call. This is an ongoing process forever. You're going to have to keep iterating and yelling at your team to set really good expectations, both on the sales call and after they are a client. Make sure you have a launch call where you set expectations after someone signs up. And make sure that you add any issues that your clients bring to you into your launch call process and just continue to set better expectations. For example, if your client says to you, my leads are too slow for 1 to 2 weeks, then you need to add, and they're freaking out, you need to add that as a slide in your launch call where you say, hey, if your leads are too slow for 1 to 2 weeks, that's totally normal. Remember, the process takes about 90 days. So if you're worried and it's only been 1 to 2 weeks, keep in mind, we need to give this at least 90 days. And you want to keep improving this every month until you don't have any bad expectations coming up, and eventually you will, and then you keep adding stuff. Or maybe your team gets lazy and you need to retrain them to set really good expectations. And what I would also do is watch this video and implement everything. It's going to teach you how to set better expectations and build stronger relationships and really train your clients to be better clients and think more long-term. All right, number 9. We got 2 more. You want to add one upsell to increase LTV. So this is called the 1-2 punch. Ideally, you have a 5K offer, and then as soon as they, or a 5K or more, and as soon as they buy and they're getting good results and they're really happy, you can send them into a second, more expensive service or product. Ideally, you're selling a more long-term service as well, side by side with ads or short-term service. That's really what I meant with your initial service. So for example, if you sell ads, which is short-term, it's quick, you can also sell SEO and website management, which is way more long-term. It's much stickier, and it forces your clients into long-term thinking. You can also sell them into longer-term packages. So for example, let's say that your first program was 5K for 90 days. Maybe your second program is $1,500 a month for 12 months. It's a 12-month program. If you sell them into a longer-term package, it's going to require them to be more long-term focused, which will make things stickier. So again, you want to sell a more expensive and a longer-term, stickier service. This is going to help you increase LTV, which again, makes the math work. If 33% of your clients are upgrading to this more expensive service, you'll have more cash to invest into ads, into your team, and to product so that now you have more resources to scale. It's kind of like a flywheel, which brings us to number 10, last but not least. You want to build a referral flywheel. If your product is excellent, if you're spending on ads, if you have a team in place, if all of these things are working together, the last piece is you should be getting clients automatically. I'm going to link this for you guys, the Let Us Pay Your Referral Program Masterclass. I forgot to link it. Essentially, you want to have a referral program that incentivizes referrals. So, for example, you can give your clients $500 per month. Let's say you have, assuming you have a monthly program. That's here. Let's follow this example. Let's say that your program is $10K. You could give your referrals $2K, 20% per client that they refer. And I know that's crazy, but normally most people are willing to spend that on ads to acquire a client. But now you're only paying it if you get the client. So there's no risk to you. And you'd gladly pay $2K all day for a $10K client. So you have to ask yourself, what sort of incentive is strong enough to get all of my clients to want to spend time and energy going out and finding people to refer to me? If you can crack the code on that, and you can get your clients to refer people and be excited about referring people and actively be looking for people to refer, you're going to make a lot of money. So for example, with my agency, 1/3 of our clients were from referrals. So out of every 3 clients we got, 1 of them was from referrals, which is crazy because at our peak, we had about 200 active clients, which means that about 70 were from referrals. So if you do this, it's just going to make it easier. 1/3 of your business is now self-generating. Even if you have to pay for it, again, it's after the fact of closing the client, 0 risk to you. So these are the 10 biggest pillars to get to 100K a month. Hopefully you guys found this valuable. If you're watching this on Loom, then you don't need to subscribe to my YouTube channel. But if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like this video. If you stayed till the end, you don't like the video, come on. Like the video, drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe. Love you guys. Hopefully you found it valuable, and we'll talk soon.